All right, in this video we're going to look at the Conlin construction branding and the thought process by which we arrive at a more elegant, refined logo that is more in line with the type of work that we're after here, which is more custom homes and less decks and fences. So in order to get to that destination, we need to have a quick look at what else is in that industry. So I did a Google search for other custom home building companies, and this is a page of those other logos. And right away, we see a few things that are different between these logos and the current Conlin Premier construction logo. First thing is the colors. These other industry logos are featuring muted colors, so there really aren't too many pure blacks. There are a couple sort of close ones here. This isn't even pure black. This is like a deep gray. And then the accent colors are all more natural. So if we're going to see greens in here, this is kind of like a mossy green. That's also a muted grayish green. And then this is kind of like a golden green. And this one again, where these are all colors you would find in the forest. Whereas the Conlin Premier Construction, the green is a bit, in my mind, a bit too intense. It doesn't necessarily comply with the other types of greens that we're seeing in these other custom home building logos. So that's the color scheme. And then the font, we're seeing a common theme here where Trajan Pro, which is a great font for elegance and respectability, Trajan Pro is used a lot. So we've got Trajan Pro here, 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 this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So most of the ones that have emerged in this Google search had Trajan Pro. There's also a copper plate here and then some other fancy serif one here. But I'm really thinking in this application, Trajan Pro is going to be the best bet. So those are the two changes I'd like to make right away, is Trajan Pro for the font and more muted colors than this green and black. And then also, like, to me, these other logos, they're all pretty good custom home logos, but the best ones actually have some imagery about homes in them. So this one and this one, they actually have those rooftops, which at a glance you immediately know it has something to do with homes. And I think that's kind of a strong piece of visual imagery to include in a logo, is something that right away at a glance you know what this company is all about. So let's move on to the colors. So again, through Google image search, I was able to find other instances in which this brighter green shows up. One of them is sort of like this bright Monster Energy green. I don't know what this is. It's like a race car of some kind, and then kids' toys. These are all, fast-paced, high energy, very exciting things, but those aren't the emotions and those aren't the feelings that you want implied in a custom home building company. You want something that's certainly, grounded and stable and safe and secure. And these muted colors are going to start to convey that, I think. And we can draw these colors directly from a photo of a beautiful custom built home. Not sure that this one is, but it's probably more in line with that type of color palette than these other brighter greens and pure blacks. So we're stepping away from the pure black, we're going to a slate gray, and we're moving away from this really almost artificial looking green, no offense, to a natural kind of foresty green, and then this complementary brown. And then tying both of those things into the logo, the color and the typeface, we arrive at something that looks more like this, where we've got the slate gray on the typeface of Trajan Pro, and the imagery of a rooftop, which could easily have been custom built. And I think this is a much more refined, elegant solution to a company looking for elegance, refinement, respectability in their branding than what currently exists, which is this one. And again, we're just looking for those basic changes to upgrade the font and kind of step back from almost a more aggressive color palette, which is appropriate in, like more of the automotive industry or a company that's dealing more with faster jobs like decks and fences, and moving more toward a muted color palette for slower, bigger, project where there's a lot more trust involved in these muted colors and a muted palette and Trajan Pro. So this is where I arrived, and I think it's a good starting point for looking at the rebranding for this company.